NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wildcard Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Broncos and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Denver Broncos and the Miami Dolphins. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. And they will elect to not. Their first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And this being the wild card round, he is the true wild card in this game because a rookie quarterback getting to start in the NFL postseason, that's not normal. That's a little bit on the unusual side. And there's plenty of guys who have gone into the playoffs after a very good regular season and have struggled. But there have been a few who played well. He wants to be in the latter list.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. They'll run with a big back, A.J. Dillon. They find some open field here. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A.J. Dillon, 62 yards. And the Dolphins will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Well, this has been a quick strike offense all season long, finding many different ways to manufacture big plays.
They had a big playoff preview today in the papers, and it was about who would set the tone. Well, they just set the tone right there. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
It's very simple to say. It's a tough spot to go on the road in the playoffs for any quarterback. But when you're a rookie, now you know you've got big-time pressure on you because he's shown that he's beyond his years throughout the season. He's played at a high level, and his team is very confident in him. But to go on the road leading your team in the postseason as a rookie, that's a whole nother level.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. That may be a sneak peek on this opening drive of what this young rookie can showcase, his legs.
And normally, as you start a game, you're just thinking, can he get the snap? Can he hand off? Can he just execute?
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Bradley Chubb from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. So now make that a 2nd sack for them on this drive.
And Brandon, we hear it every week when we go out to do a game. Everyone talks about playing complementary football. Their offense goes down and scores. They see that, and they want to back them up, and that they did, getting 2 sacks on this first drive.
A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And you know, Charles, it's been a terrific season for them. They couldn't quite get that #1 seed and the associated bye that goes with it, but nevertheless, they've got to be one of the favorites here to win it all.
They do, because of the season that they've had, the position that they're in, and we know under the old playoff system, they would have this game off. This weekend would not be one that they would play, but nevertheless, maybe it's a good thing. Sometimes you carry that momentum from the season all the way through the playoffs. If you get that open week, sometimes you lose it a little bit. So I think that's what's going to be their mindset.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. Taking it about the 36. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Throw left side complete. That's Sutton. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. A nice throw there. And, you know, this game, a true rarity. Not one, but you got 2 rookie quarterbacks facing each other in the playoffs. What do you think, Charles, that says about the state of quarterback play in today's NFL?
I'm glad you asked that question, because all week in preparation for this game, I thought about that, and what I've landed on is this. These kids play high-stakes games from the time they're in high school. A lot of them travel to play games. They play on television. They go to college, play big-time games. And let's face it, the game has never been more quarterback-centric than it is now. So these kids develop a lot faster and are a lot more confident before they even hit the NFL. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Oh, it's a wobbler here. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Dolphins offense returning to the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Ready.
Going to begin the drive here with Madison, and he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on it. Really well done.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. This is fielded at the 27. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. And coming out now, the Broncos. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
2nd and 3. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And oh, he coughed it up. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of football. They talk about spilling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. He'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
I think he thought he had his first read open on that one, but they were obviously ready for that throw, and that's just a lack of experience showing. Young quarterback stared his man down the whole way, and they were more than happy to sit on that route and bring home the INT.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie. And they start 1st and 10. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the left hash, this from 34. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look at a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Ready, set.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jayon Brown. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Bradley Chubb. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10.
Yellow, one. Opposite, green, black wall. Cut.
The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
On 2nd down, another run for Dillon. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Hurry!
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the 1st with Dillon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Holding. Offense.
The decision is to decline it and not give him the down back.
They might as well have sent a skywriter above the stadium saying, we don't think you can get the 1st down against our defense by that decision.
They'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. 2 minutes to play here in this 1st half of the NFL playoffs.
On the ready.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Now the Dolphins going to burn the 1st of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On third down, here's Dillon. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This is taken at about the 14. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
A couple quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crack the throwing lanes?
Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number one. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. On to punt, Jamie Gillen. Taking it about the 16. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We had great action yesterday, and this, the first of 3 more games coming at you here on Wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC Wildcard game. And you can see the result there. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Broncos. And they've had some success on the ground. And with the lead going into the second half, they'll no doubt be looking to keep it going. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms to find out who advances to the divisional round. Let's get you back out to Brandon Gott.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5 and out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
And they run the option on 2nd down. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. He's going to keep this again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
And he gets this only to the 41, not near enough for the 1st. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. The Broncos send out their punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Although a jet sweep to start the drive. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Miami. This is fielded at the 27. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Broncos score. He returns that punt 73 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. Take a 10-point lead. They can do in turn on this kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
All start, offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this returnable for Hill. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Ready, check,
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
And caught up to him. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now a handoff running through the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Sutton. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here, back to the 2. This will wind up a loss on the play, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. And his kick here is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. Well, they come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD, second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
So now here come the Dolphins.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, They've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Switch red, switch yellow, check pink, check white.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Results for the 4th down.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still a very rarefied error. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
2nd and 15. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hill. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. He'll look to throw. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick six here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick six, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. He'll look to throw. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Nick Bonito in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking it about the 36. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And we get another look now at this Broncos offense. They have bucked the trend so far. Sterling performance to this point on the road, no less, in the wild card round. And they look to finish things off here in this 4th quarter. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
3rd down, and they're going to try the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Well, following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Let's play. Let's play now, baby. Let's play. Let's go. It's game time. Let's have some fun. Let's get something going. Get it up, baby. Come on, boys. Y'all go right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And he'll just get rid of it. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
All right, go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Let's go now.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid-type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Here we go on 4th down. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Broncos continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
Here we go.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again. This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
They'll drop to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. Denver's offense now set to go. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.